Welcome back, shovelers and shovelettes. Sir Timothy the Pervy returns to Shovel Knight to return a castle to the deposed king. I've skipped over the town sections of this game so as to focus on the action element, and not to spoil the story elements that happen in the background. Oh my god, it's an adorable little unicorn knight! Aw, isn't it sweet when he faceplants into the wall? And it is good to see, in traditional platformer style, the enemy has decided to keep liquid hot magma in their lair. Funny how it harms you but doesn't seem to eat through the floor or the cauldrons or anything like that. I know, could be boiling oil, but still. Wouldn't be slipping all over the place or something. Bit of a hazard to the staff, I'd think. Ooh, sparklies in that pit. I think that my platforming instincts are telling me there's something in there. Quickly just dig up the loot, dig up the loot. Come on, dig, 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 dig. That's what the game's about, jump and dig. Okay, and... to destiny! Cock. Turns out what you need is actually to fish in these sparkly pits. I acquired a fishing rod from my previous exploits in the town, and what do I catch? What do I catch? Fuck all. Okay, try that again, come on. Down, down, down. What do I catch? What do I catch? And... come on, sparkly treasure, what's it going to be? I'd say fish. Well, I'm not sure exactly what I expected to catch from a gaping doom pit, but then again I haven't slept with Lindsay Lohan. Oh my god, flying weasels! This is just like that dream I keep having, only the weasels are outside my pants, and the people aren't placing wagers. Oh, there they go. And it's about this point that you see me spaz out a couple of times due to me pressing the special item button instead of the attack button. Along with the fishing pole, I also picked up a chalice, which has optional contents. I picked up the health and mana refill over the invincibility, which becomes pretty important in the boss fight later on. But it's all up to you. Choose what you want. And following up on the previous episode, where I was trying fruitlessly to smash open the checkpoints. Well, now apparently I can. It grants a cash reward, but means you write off that checkpoint, so it makes you choose between personal safety and cold hard cash. Which is hauntingly a little bit too much like my sex life, to be honest. Filling in for a mini-boss here is a minion that wouldn't be astray in Castlevania throwing axes at you, or Zelda 2 in the guise of a Dark Note. You will need to get used to fighting these guys, the secret being to draw their shield in one direction and then smack them from another. Or if you're not a total dumbass like me, you can just wait for them to attack you and then just cheap shot them to death. You'll see me figure that out pretty soon. Shovel to the ass must be one of the least pleasant ways to go, I admit. Charge! Well, that didn't work, I guess then I'll just charge! Yep, working out for you guys. Working out for you. This time I decided not to smash that checkpoint. It is a pretty strategic thing, deciding when and where you should smash those, when you should go for the cash. Really, the cash is pretty damn important, so you will want to actually try and smash at least one of those per level when you get the choice. And I just cut off my way up to that cash up there, so it's probably for the best that I smashed and grabbed that checkpoint after all. I see a particularly sexy looking silhouette over there. Not sure if this is exactly a puzzle, but time to play hole in the wall. And not like that time I needed money on the docks either. I don't really think they intended that as a puzzle, at least not a hard one. As with most traditional platformers, there are secrets, and then there are look over here, you blind moron secrets. Speaking of morons. Anyway, okay, so those kind of look over here secrets generally hint that there's some kind of essential item without actually handing it to you on a plate and robbing you of any sense of achievement. Again, this is that conveyance I was talking about in action. And no, Tim, there's nothing complicated about this. Nothing you're not figuring out. You've just managed to collapse your only way of escape behind you. Yep, go ahead, keep fruitlessly chugging away. You'll figure it out eventually. Possibly in a jump cut. You saw nothing. For those that are wondering, After buying a chalice in town, I went into an odd little side level where you can acquire the magic goop from a giant fish slug thing to fill up the chalice. It's a hilarious scene, so get out there and buy the game so you can see it too. I would say something about being trapped in a room surrounded by masked, robed men, but to be frank, it really wouldn't surprise any of you, so no cheap comedy today. A fucking carrot? Does anyone really leave carrots on the dinner trays? Or leave them in dungeons for that matter? Guess it depends on your dungeon. No, Tim, no cheap gags. Off subject, but carrots weren't originally orange. Wild purple carrots were bred to be orange in honor of the Dutch royal family, as opposed to the Dutch royal family, who carroted each other in honor of breeding. My deepest apologies to the Dutch. You guys just keep making top quality rudders and ovens and I'll lay off making my crappy Dutch jokes. Hello, Mr. Griffin. You are awfully well animated. I'll come back for you. Just as soon as I get this checkpoint and take my brave pills. Alright, Mr. Griffin. I've slayed dragons that shit bigger than you. Tits. Alright then, take two. Just give him a couple of those. Got a couple of little fireballs there. Fireball, fireball. Right, out of mana. Alright, coming in for the swipe. Coming in for the swipe. Ha, take that. And I think that was about the most half-hearted claw swipe I've ever seen. That, and I think he just shat out a chicken when he died. Well, that, or the lower half of his body spontaneously cooked. It is semi-avian after all. I'm gonna go back here and smash that previous checkpoint because I realize that there are only 2 screens between these 2 checkpoints, so it kind of gives you an idea how you can kind of tactically think this one over. Oh my god, more flying weasels! Dreams reoccurring! Trigger event! Must admit, that is actually kind of a cute design. The enemy design in this game is certainly growing on me from the last episode. I've always kind of liked to think that minions in these games trained their entire lives for a moment to shine and take down the big stupid adventurer invading their lairs. And that all those hopes and dreams are shattered the moment they plow into a wall. Or that moment that they march suicidally into a pit, green shell style. Nice work there, boys. Nice work. I need to make a minor correction from my last episode. This is not a revival of 16-bit gaming, it's a revival of 8-bit gaming. I don't know why I kept saying that. I guess that's a good reason I should never go unscripted ever again. But looking at the game, you can really see that this is definitely designed around 8-bit aesthetic. Mostly when you look at the color palette. The dragon from the first episode, for example, was using a single-tone mustard color. A lot of what you see in the backgrounds, even right now, is using only 1 or 2 colors with very little gradient. That being said, I'm pretty sure the NES could not do parallax scrolling, so sorry about the mistake, but also shove it up your ass. It's not 8-bit. Ooh, a book! I wonder if this will have a reading rainbow inside. I'll come back to that. Yeah, so again, yeah, sorry about that, but this really is not 8-bit, technically. It's not the 1980s, and Phoebe Cates is never going to flash you again, so stop living in the 80s. If you could bring something back from the 80s, though, aside from NES nostalgia, what would it be? Personally, I think I'd bring back the dominance of the mullet, because sometimes I just need my hair to say business in front, party in the back, know what I'm saying? You don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, it's not a good idea. And back to this book again. Now, hit the book, no problem. So we just gotta jump up here and, it goes away. Okie doke then, well, I spade the book, and, yes, there was no jump cut there, no jump cut whatsoever. You can't prove a thing, I figured it out instantaneously. Now, let's see, jump on the book, and a butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Just take a look, it's in a book, a reading a rainbow. Ooh, it's getting a bit hot around here. I can go anywhere. Friends to know and... Ooh. Okay, come on, lava. Lava, come on. You're screwing up my reading rainbow. Oh, God. Even George R.R. Martin's books aren't this hazardous to your health. Okay, come on, lava. And out of here. On the subject of reviving old genres of games, I think I'd personally like to see a new wave of full-motion video games, a la the CD games of the 1990s. The technology for full-motion actor capture has progressed to the point that half of what you see in movies nowadays is just digitally captured actors anyway. So wouldn't you like to have a community college-grade actor bumbling around a digital environment, collecting useless MacGuffins to MacGyver into stupidly conceived puzzles just so you can see another 2 minutes of shitty acting? No? Yeah, I miss pre-digital film too.
An interloper in our midst. Be gone from the throne room, knave.
I am no more an intruder than you. You aren't even a real king.
Oh, but you're mistaken. The enchantress saw me for my fabulously regal self, and now all bow before me.
You're naught but a decadent dandy. Prepare to taste justice. Shovel justice. Silence!
Now, this boss fight definitely, once again, feels very Mega Man-esque. So as you can see, he has a pattern that does take a short time to get. Oh no, shovel jammed in the ground. I hate it when I get my Schwartz twisted. Yes, it's very fast-paced and doesn't actually give you that much time to get used to this guy, which is why he actually kicks the shit out of me for a bit. Oh my god, he's called in his Vuvuzelas! So yeah, gotta do the typical rain down void while he jumps at you. He does actually get the better of me here at first, but quick volley of fireballs did use up my magic, and you can see me going here for the health and mana restore Ica, which was much better than the invincibility in my opinion, because it did refill my mana and allow me to get off a quick volley of those shots again. Vuvuzela attack! Look out! But yeah, he's pretty much had it at this point. And his big frumpy ass goes down. 3, 2, 1. I said 2. There we go. And this time the boss does not run away like a complete pussy, so I can only assume that the Black Knight from the first episode will be a recurring villain. Here we are back at the campsite again, and for this evening's dream I think I may choose Summer Glau, and off we go to sleep. See y'all later. Oh, Summer. Oh, Summer. Oh, Summer Glau! And, oh god, back to life again. Well, Summer sure can get you ready for another day. Well, that's been another episode of Geek Control to Major Tim. Hope you join me next time.